Receive now. Immediately someone in your life did this to you to test your honesty and God says, listen carefully, beloved, for this message is not by chance. Someone very close to you, someone you trusted with your heart and your secrets, has quietly set a test, one that challenges your honesty in ways you never imagined. This is not merely a human drama, but a divine orchestration designed to reveal what lies beneath the surface of your character. The air around you trembles with unseen forces as the moon hides behind torn clouds, signaling the secret trials unfolding in the shadows of your life. You may have sensed something off, a subtle shift in energy or a moment of doubt whispered in the silence. That is no accident. This test was placed in your path to see if your truth would stand unshaken, even when faced with betrayal, confusion, and heartbreak. God says, do not turn away. Do not ignore this sign. Your honesty is a sacred treasure, a light that must burn bright even when the world around you darkens. The one who set this test may appear as friend, family, or trusted companion, but behind the facade, their actions were meant to challenge the very core of your being. Archangel Michael stands ready, his sword gleaming with divine fire, prepared to defend your spirit in this sacred battle. The test is real, the stakes higher than you realize. But your honesty is your armor, your truth a shield no deception can break. Open your heart to this revelation now. The divine is moving swiftly. Your honesty will not be in vain. The one who tested you did so for a reason that only heaven fully understands, and your response will shape the path ahead. The air was thick with silence, heavier than you ever imagined. God says, this is the moment your soul was prepared for, the moment hidden behind veils of ordinary days. Someone close to you, cloaked in the warmth of familiarity, laid a silent trap, an invisible test to see if your truth would stand firm in the face of shadows. The moon trembled behind torn clouds, casting flickers of uncertain light on your path. You moved through your days unaware, like a gentle breeze unaware of the storm gathering beyond the horizon. This test was not a punishment, it was a sacred crucible designed to reveal the purity of your heart and the strength of your honesty. The one who set this challenge knew your spirit better than you knew yourself. They whispered into the dark, placing silent obstacles to stir doubt, to tempt you with silence or deception. Every word you spoke, every choice you made, was weighed and measured by unseen scales. The test was hidden beneath everyday interactions, a subtle pressure applied to your integrity. Archangel Michael stands beside you now, his sword gleaming with divine fire, ready to shield your heart from the hidden arrows aimed by those you trusted. The quiet betrayals were not random, they were deliberate, a secret proving ground. You have walked into this test, unaware that your honesty was the treasure being sought. This trial was meant to fracture you, to break your resolve, but instead it is forging you anew. The whispers of falsehood pressed close, but your spirit did not waver. Even when doubt crept in like a chilling fog, your truth was the lantern held high in the gathering darkness. This is why the heavens have not looked away. The angels watch with bated breath as you pass through the crucible. Type Amen if you are ready to claim the blessing of unwavering truth. Your journey into the heart of this test has only just begun. The next steps will reveal the faces behind the masks, the intentions lurking in the shadows where you least expected. This is a sacred unveiling, a moment suspended between despair and divine justice. The world around you may seem unchanged, but beneath the surface, spiritual currents churn fiercely. The test is not just for you. It is a cosmic event rippling through the fabric of your life, pulling loose threads of loyalty and betrayal. You are the axis upon which this moment spins. Archangel Michael says, "Stand firm, chosen one." The forces that seek to shake your foundation are but wind against the mountain of your honesty. In this silent battleground, your character is the weapon, your truth the shield. The trial is harsh, but the victory will echo through eternity. A flicker of light breaks through the clouded sky, a sign that the dawn is near. But before the sun rises fully, the shadows deepen, revealing the true extent of the test. The one who set this challenge is closer than you think, watching carefully, awaiting the moment your honesty shines brightest, or falters. Brace yourself. The test is personal. It cuts deep, beyond surface wounds, challenging the very core of who you are. But God says, your integrity is a fortress no deceit can breach. Keep your spirit guarded. The next phase will show you what was hidden behind smiles and familiar words. Type Amen to affirm your courage in the face of this secret trial. The wind outside whispers a warning, carrying secrets wrapped in the scent of earth and rain. The test is designed to shake your faith in what you see and whom you trust. But your honesty will be the light piercing through this veil of uncertainty. As you move forward, know that this trial is a sacred rite. It is a refining fire that will either consume falsehood or leave it scorched and powerless. Your soul is the altar on which this test is offered, and your honesty is the flame that refuses to be extinguished. Archangel Michael watches, his presence a steady fortress of hope. The struggle is invisible to many, but not to those who walk with divine purpose. You are chosen to endure, to rise, and to reveal the truth hidden in the shadows. The first step of this sacred journey is complete, but the road ahead twists and turns through unknown territory. You are not alone, even when the night seems endless. The angels march with you, carrying light to break every chain of deception. Type Amen if you receive this message of strength and divine protection now. The truth you seek now reveals itself in the most painful way. Those you trusted, faces that smiled warmly at you, have moved like shadows behind your back. Their silence was not innocence, it was complicity. God says, the mask has fallen, and the faces behind it bear names you have called family. They whispered in the dark, their voices cold like winter winds cutting through the quiet night. The ones who claimed loyalty have woven a web of silence and deception, testing your honesty by casting doubt and stirring confusion around you. Their eyes avoided yours, yet their hearts carried the weight of betrayal. This was never about you alone, it was about their own fears, their own fragile masks trembling under divine scrutiny. Archangel Michael's wings spread wide, casting a shield of blazing light around your spirit. The battle is no longer hidden, it is exposed in the harsh glare of truth. You feel the sting of their betrayal deep in your bones, but this pain is the breaking open of a prison built by falsehood. The very closeness you once cherished now feels like a knife pressed gently but firmly against your heart. The moon trembled once again, casting fractured silver across the faces you once trusted. Each smile now a riddle, every word a question mark etched in shadows. The betrayal is not just an act, it is a spiritual wound meant to test the limits of your honesty and resilience. The silence from those around you screams louder than any accusation. God says, "Do not allow the shadows of deceit to cloud the radiance of your truth." The silence that sought to confuse you was a test, a challenge to see if your spirit would be shaken or strengthened. They watched, waiting for your honesty to falter, for your heart to bend under the weight of their secret whispers. But you stood unmoved. Type Amen if you are embracing the light that pierces every shadow of betrayal. The air feels heavy with unspoken words and unshed tears. You realize now that the test was not just from strangers or enemies, but from those closest to you. Their intentions twisted, not born of malice alone but of fear and doubt. This is a painful revelation, but also a sacred one. It exposes the roots of your trials and prepares you for the divine justice to come. Archangel Michael's voice rings clear in the chaos, "Rise above their shadows, for your truth is a beacon no darkness can snuff." The forces around you may be cunning, but your spirit is forged from unbreakable honesty. Every lie they wove only strengthened the foundation of your soul's integrity. The betrayal may feel like a wound that will never heal, but it is also a portal, a gateway to spiritual awakening and divine clarity. Those who plotted in silence have inadvertently released a power that was always within you, the power of unshakable truth and steadfastness. Type Amen if you accept this sacred strength flowing into your heart now. The night seems endless, but stars shimmer faintly through the veil of despair. You are not alone in this battle. Divine forces gather quietly around you, unseen but unyielding. Their presence is a promise that even the deepest wounds will be transformed into wounds of glory. God says, "The ones who hid behind smiles will face the light of their own making." The coming days will reveal their true colors, and the honesty you preserved will become a shield that no betrayal can penetrate. Stand ready, for the unveiling has only just begun. Archangel Michael steadies your heart with his celestial sword, reminding you that the battle is not against flesh and blood but against darkness veiling the hearts of those you loved. Your honesty shines like a sword of light, cutting through the shadows that sought to entangle you. Type Amen to receive divine clarity and protection as these hidden faces come into the light. The moon trembled behind torn clouds one last time before dawn, signaling the end of darkness and the rise of truth. This trial, though harsh, has revealed who stands with you and who walks away in silence. Your honesty remains untouched, a sacred flame burning bright despite the storm. As you prepare to face what is next, remember that every shadow cast by betrayal is also a shadow waiting to be dispelled by divine light. Your journey continues, stronger and more radiant, even as the storm of revelation rages on. Type Amen if you stand firm in this holy revelation of truth and justice. The unseen war now rages fiercely, a battle of light and shadow waged within the unseen realms. Archangel Michael rises like a towering flame, his sword ablaze with divine fire, cutting through the darkness that seeks to suffocate your spirit. God says, "This is the hour when heaven declares war against all that would deceive and destroy your honesty." You feel the weight of unseen forces pressing in, the clash of spiritual armies echoing through the very air you breathe. Each moment is a test of endurance, a demand for unwavering faith as you stand firm amid swirling storms. The enemy is cunning, weaving lies and doubt to break your resolve, but you are guarded by divine power beyond human understanding. The moon trembled behind torn clouds as celestial light pierced the veil between worlds. This battle is not just around you, it is within you. Every whisper of fear, every flicker of hesitation, is met by a shield of faith forged in the fires of divine truth. Archangel Michael's voice rings out like thunder, "Hold fast, chosen one. Your honesty is your fortress." God says, "Do not waver now. The darkness prowls, but it shall not overcome the light you carry within." The test that began in silence has erupted into a war of spirit and soul. Every falsehood aimed at you is shattered against the armor of your integrity. The enemy's claws scrape, but they cannot penetrate the divine protection encasing your heart. Type Amen if you claim victory through this sacred battle now. The sky above you shifts, stars flickering like the eyes of angels watching intently. The battlefield is both ethereal and immediate, a swirling tempest of unseen forces. Your honesty stands as a beacon, a lighthouse guiding the way through the storm. Even when your breath trembles and your body aches, your spirit remains unbreakable. Archangel Michael steps forward, his wings unfurling wide, casting radiant light that dispels the creeping shadows. His sword glows with righteous fury, striking down every lie sent to wound your soul. You are not alone in this fight. Celestial armies surround you, their presence a promise of victory beyond earthly comprehension. The enemy hurls deceit and confusion, but your truth cuts through the noise like a blade of light. The battle tests your every fiber, but each strike strengthens the foundation of your honesty. This is not mere conflict, it is a divine proving ground where your character is refined and your spirit exalted. Type Amen if you are empowered to stand unshaken in this spiritual war. The moon trembled behind torn clouds one final time as dawn approached, signaling the turning tide. The darkness, though fierce, begins to falter before the overwhelming light of divine justice. You emerge from the tempest, scarred but victorious, your honesty shining like a polished jewel. God says, your trials have not gone unnoticed. The heavens celebrate your unwavering truth. The spiritual battle has reached its climax, but the war is not yet over. Greater challenges lie ahead, but you now carry the sword of truth and the shield of faith forged in this sacred conflict. Archangel Michael's voice softens with assurance, you are protected. You are chosen. Stand firm, for your honesty has already won the war within. The battle may rage around you, but inside, you are victorious beyond measure. Type Amen if you accept this divine victory and the strength to face what comes next. The light of dawn spills across the horizon, bathing the world in golden hues. The spiritual battle subsides for now, leaving behind the quiet hum of celestial peace. Your honesty remains intact, a testament to your faith and resilience. The journey continues, marked by the scars of war but crowned with the glory of truth. As the sun rises, so too does your spirit, brighter and stronger than ever before. The test was fierce, but you have emerged as a warrior of light, ready to face whatever the future holds. The divine battle is not over, but the victory of your honesty is already secured. Type Amen if you receive this message of divine protection and strength. The hour of reckoning draws near, and the heavens prepare to unveil all that has been hidden. God says, the veil is lifting, and the truth you have guarded so fiercely is about to be bathed in unyielding light. The shadows cast by deceit tremble as divine judgment moves swiftly toward those who tested your honesty. The moon trembled behind torn clouds, now breaking apart to reveal the bright clarity of justice on its way. The whispered betrayals, the silent condemnations, the secret meetings, all shall be exposed before the throne of truth. This reckoning is not mercy's retreat but its final, righteous roar against all that sought to break your spirit. Archangel Michael steps forward, his sword raised high, a beacon cutting through the thick fog of lies. The voices of those who plotted in silence will be heard no longer, replaced by the thunder of divine judgment. Your honesty is the scale that tips the balance, the flame that purifies the shadows lurking in the hearts around you. God says, stand firm as the tide of truth rises. You are not alone in this hour. The forces of heaven march with you. Every secret intended to wound you will turn to ash in this sacred fire. The divine reckoning is not punishment but restoration, a healing light that will set your soul free. Type Amen if you are ready to walk boldly into this sacred unveiling. The air is charged with electricity as the heavens open, and celestial scrolls are unrolled, revealing the deeds hidden in darkness. Those who doubted your honesty will see their falsehoods crumble like brittle stone beneath divine gaze. This reckoning is a sacred purge, cleansing your life of all that threatens your truth. Archangel Michael's voice echoes, "The time of hiding is over. The truth will rise like the sun, relentless and pure." The cosmic scales shift in your favor as your honesty shines through the storm of accusations and lies. The divine court convenes, and you stand not as accused, but as the triumphant bearer of truth. The moon trembled behind torn clouds one last time before surrendering to the dawn, signaling the end of this dark chapter. Your honesty has been tested, refined, and proven unbreakable. The divine reckoning is both a warning and a promise. Those who betrayed you will face the consequences, and your spirit will rise in victory. Type Amen if you accept this holy judgment and embrace the freedom it brings. God says, "Your honesty is a fortress no darkness can breach." The divine reckoning clears the path for your blessings to flow. The final unveiling approaches, and with it, the release of divine favor upon your life. This moment is both an end and a beginning, a sacred turning point in your journey. Archangel Michael stands with you, a sentinel of divine justice and protection. The reckoning is swift, but your heart is steady. You have walked through fire and emerged whole, your honesty shining brighter than ever. The divine scales balance now, and the light of truth pours over your path. Type Amen to receive the blessings that follow this sacred judgment. The dawn breaks fully, washing away the shadows and bathing your world in radiant light. The divine reckoning has passed, and you stand renewed, your honesty a beacon that no betrayal could dim. The journey ahead is illuminated by truth, and the blessings of heaven are poised to pour over you. As the sun rises, so does your spirit, unshaken and victorious. The test was fierce, but the divine reckoning ensures your truth will never be questioned again. You are prepared to receive the sacred gifts that flow from this holy moment. Type Amen if you receive this message of triumph and divine restoration.